Hey guys, I want to show you some new gear ideas today, but before we do that, I want to show you my renovated workshop area. So come on in. The big difference between my old workshop and my new workshop is these huge workbenches. So I built these myself, and you can see how they house my 3D printers with the enclosures pretty perfectly. If we come over here, got my little shrine to the Toyota FJ40. I'm a huge FJ40 fan. I used to own a 1969 Toyota Land Cruiser FJ40, and I 3D printed this one, which is still unbelievable to me. Got all of my filaments and stuff like that up here. Here I've got my tent stake pushers and my trowel pushers, and this is kind of like my shipping and assembly station. So I'll get on here, print out labels and stuff with my thermal printer, kind of package things up here. The other thing I do here is I make sure everything is fitting absolutely perfectly. I've got all of the associated tent stakes themselves. So before I send anything out, I always make sure to do a test fit to make sure everything is fitting just perfectly. So I've got a couple of things that I've made recently. One is this pen holder, holds all of my permanent markers. And then also up here, I used to have all of these spools of cord just like sitting around. All the cord comes down into this funnel here and goes down. And then I've got markings of exactly where I would cut each one to be the ideal length for a tent stake pusher. So for example, and then I've got the perfect length. So I'm using these are designed to put shoes in for like closets and stuff like that, but I really love the way it works for my workshop. I've got all my stickers here, so when I send out an order, I always put a sticker and put a little note on the back of the sticker. I've got some Dyneema pouches and some other various things that I sell here. I've got some boxes that are ready to go, some packaging material, some additional backup filaments, and then so around here, I've got more of my Reflectix material for my pouches. And then I've got all of my tools along the back with this nice pegboard that I've set up here. And out of all of my tools, my favorite one is my digital calipers, because whenever I get the digital calipers out, that's like my creative fun space when I'm making and designing things. Also got my Singer heavy duty sewing machine, which I use a lot for thinner fabrics like Dyneema. Use it all the time, and it's a great sewing machine. I've also got some other compartments here for different pieces that I'm selling. So for example, like my Tokes pot knob, selling and also giving away on MakerWorld for your own uses and your own downloading and printing. I've got my Nobo bottle grip here. Here's another example of something that I printed, a little efficiency here. This is a Velcro box, and whenever I need Velcro, I can just pull here and then cut the correct length. This is where I keep all of my feet for the chairs, for the ultralight chairs. And you can see I've got many different brands and models and stuff like that printed, ready to go. Now, another quality control thing that I do is I have this thing, and you'd wonder what the heck this is. This is the shape and size of all of the different chair feet from different brands and manufacturers. And if I've got a Helinox Chair Zero here, this is labeled Helinox, and I put this in right before I ship it out. And as long as that's a perfect fit, then I know for a fact that this is going to fit on your chair with no problem. And there's not going to be any issues with fitting. Now let me show you the two products that I've made most recently in just the last week or so. So number one is a cap for the Sawyer. Now, this thing is cool because the cord swivels on it. So if you put this on your backpack or something like that, the cord won't twist around when you're unscrewing this. It kind of just turns while you're turning it, if that makes sense. There was a guy I met on the Appalachian Trail one time, and he told me that he was through hiking, but he was late because he had to take a month off due to illness. The doctor told him it was a waterborne illness, most likely, but he said he was very, very, very religious about filtering all of his water. Well, the doctor said it was probably one drop, and that's all it takes is one drop of contaminated water to get into your clean water and you're going to be ill. So that got me thinking about, the dirty side of a water filter. This is the inlet here. And if you got some drops of contaminated water, this could roll down or get, in your water bag or something like that. You guys know I'm big on the tent stake pushers, but I've always been trying to figure out how to make a cleaner built in for the MSR tent stake pusher. And I think I finally found it out. So I've got this here on the top, and if you just slide this out, you can see you've got the grooves for an MSR. So you would slide this out, and then it matches up perfectly with the stake, and then you just flick out your dirt. If this thing gets really gunked up, you can either just wipe it with, your finger or a leaf or something. You could push it back in and a lot of the dirt will come off, or you can just pull it all the way out, maybe put it under some water or wipe it off on a leaf or something, and then you reinstall it. When it goes all the way back, it snaps into place. So this is not coming out unless you push it out. But, just another way to be more efficient out on the trail and keep your stakes clean, and then also your stake bag clean. All right, so those are the big things that I wanted to share with you. Hopefully you enjoyed the tour of my workshop, and I'll see you guys out there.